Chosen ones, empaths, a subscriber reached out and asked for this video request. So I'll try and touch on it the best I can, and hopefully it'll bring some clarity to the mind. And for those that are listening as well, you may have been through a similar experience, so it may help you as well. You see, they're suffering with triangulation and the flaunting a new supply in their face, and they live in very close proximity to the narcissist. You see, what you've got to understand is they are deliberately rushing off with a new supply, flaunt it in your face, and by you being in close proximity to them rubbing your nose in it, they're gaining immeasurable amounts of supply from doing this, huge amounts of supply by doing this. And if they know it's hurting you, right? If they know it's hurting you and you fall into the games of jealousy and you blame the new supply and you don't blame the narcissist, right? You have to blame the narcissist, right? And I don't want you to be jealous at all. I want you to think, I'm not upset because that person come and took the trash away out of my life. That's what the outlook I need you to get to. You need to think to yourself, right, God spared me. The universe spared me. The universe is blinding the narcissist. It's leading them down a dark path, right? As I've mentioned before, we're chosen ones. We're empaths. We're beings of light. We've been chosen by God to be highly intuitive, to have high empathy levels, right? They run into other toxic individuals. The narcissist runs into other toxic individuals where they're not able to manipulate the same way. They're not able to exploit the same way. They're not able to obtain supply. They often run into supplies where it's like trying to draw blood from a stone. They don't run into someone like you. You've got to understand that that new supply never will equate to what you done for the narcissist. It's never, ever going to equate to what you done for the narcissist. And you need to be a firm believer in that. As I said previously, the last time, I haven't dealt with it in the same way that you guys are dealing with it rubbed in your faces where you're walking past in the street and stuff like that. But I dealt with it where I was looking on the social media. I shouldn't have looked, and I saw them with a new supply, and it was such a downgrade that it made me, back then, going back years now, right? I saw beneath the veil. I saw that the narcissist was orientating their whole social media in an aim to hurt me, in an aim to cause me pain. They was actually orientating the whole situation. They're even trying to make the new supply look like me. They're trying to make the new supply, you know what I mean? They're doing things with the new supply in the pictures to try and trigger me. I saw that. I saw straight through it. You lot need to see straight through the bullshit. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It'll take 2 seconds of your time. You've got to see through the crap. You can't believe it for a second, right? People that rush off into new relationships are trying to plaster over the cracks of their own pain. You know, they're chasing after dopamine rushes and whatnot to try and hide and mask the pain. And that plan always backfires. They will regret showing the downgrade. You know, as I've said, right, I learned from someone about leveling. You level, you go back, they go back to their level. That's where they're at. They're not at your level. They were never at your level. They never was. Everything you believe that they was, they're not that. They was never, ever at your level. And from that time when I saw them with the new supply, I saw it once. And then by the time I saw it again, It's like they're making a new supply grow their hair. They're doing all of these kind of things. I said, oh God. Oh God. They're really trying to make me jealous, you know. That's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do. I saw right through it. I didn't have no tears. It didn't cause me any pain. I didn't have no resentment for the new supply because he can have the damaged goods. That's damaged goods. Trust me, being in a relationship with a chosen one and an empath, it's not like we're powerful individuals, right? We will live embedded in the mind of the narcissist. So that new supply is dealing with damaged goods. That's what they are. The narcissist is damaged goods. You know. The in theory, when we first met them, they was damaged goods anyway from previous relationships. But because we're so empathetic, because we're so kind, because we're so loving, we brought them up to a level where they could shake all of that pain that they had from their previous, and they was able to be in a relationship with us, right? But they're not going to be able to do that with the new supply. They're not going to be able to do that. You need to get out of your head that they're living in sunshine and rainbows. They're not. They're not. The new supply is going to possibly cheat, or the narcissist is going to cheat. They're going to be looking at their ex's social medias. They're going to be doing all of this stuff. They're not happy. They're not happy. That's what you've got to get into your heads, right? It's a triangulation tactic. They're bringing a new supply into, it's a triangle, right? And even if you look at the degrees of a triangle, isn't it 60 degrees in each corner? The 60 degrees in each corner is 666, right? They're doing a triangulation tactic, and that's all they're doing. They're trying to make you feel jealous. They're trying to make you feel like, oh, but why should you be upset about the garbage man coming away to take your trash away? Why would you be upset about the garbage man coming to take your trash away? You can't be upset about the garbage man coming to take the trash away. You just can't. You just can't. You need to understand that it's been a divine intervention. It was not the narcissist's choice to separate with you. It was not their choice. It was out of their hands. It was way beyond their comprehension. And God exposed them. God made them either expose them to what they are, or expose them and push you too far. So you had to cut them off, right? They couldn't contain it no longer. It irritates their spirit being around someone who's truthful. It irritates their spirit being around someone who's honest, truthful, loving, who's highly intuitive, who's a highly awake being of light. We may not have been awake as we are now, but we was awake, right? And they can only put up with that for so long till they have to go back down to their level. They was never at our level. They never was. And once you understand that they've moved on with someone else, that is the door slam, bolt and world shut. That was the realistically, when I look back in retrospect, that was the time I door slammed, bolted and welded shut. And they deep down knew that as well. You need to have that enough value that, like, deep down they knew. They may have thought for a second that they had me where they wanted me, but deep down in the core of their being, they knew by them making this decision, they will never have me back in their lives ever again. It's disgusting. They're damaged goods. They're damaged goods. They've been around. They've been with someone else. If you just want to talk about this scientifically, right? Scientifically speaking, right? The new supply, you don't know if they've been checked. STDs are rampant. right? That's the number one thing from science. But then if you touch on the spiritual aspect, they're harboring bodies like souls. All these demonic soul ties are all wrapped around them, right? Because of all their previous partners and all. It's disgusting. You can never let someone like that back in your life. And I'm telling you, if you let someone like that back in your life, you are going to feel sick to your stomach. You know what I'm saying? You can never let someone like that back into your life. Please. So to the subscriber that reached out, like, you've got to not fall into the jealousy. You've got to not fall into feeling jealous, feeling like, oh, they moved on, they're healed. A narcissist can't even pair bond. They can't even pair bond. And in their first ever relationship, they couldn't pair bond. They're devoid of empathy in their prefrontal cortex. They can't pair bond. When you take pair bonding out of the equation, when you take empathy out of an equation, there's not a relationship. It's not a relationship. It's not a loving dynamic. It's not dwelling in tranquility. It's not something. It's not a match made in heaven. They're nothing but a demon. They're devoid of empathy, right? And they can't pair bond because they're devoid of empathy. So it's not a real relationship when you're engaged with these individuals. It's not. They could never empathize with you. They could never feel the pain that you feel. They could never feel the love that you feel. They could never feel any of that, right? They're devoid of empathy. It's as simple, as plain as I can put it. So you can never, ever be upset about the garbage man that comes to take your trash away, because they're trash. That's what they are. They're trash. That's what they are, right? And they were trash when they were with you, but you was looking through the rose-tinted glasses and the love goggles and all of that, and you were seeing them and putting them in this particular category where you thought, oh, wow, you know, they're great. No, they was never that. Going back to the very first day that you met them, they was never that. They was never that. So do not be upset about the garbage man that come to take the trash away, because that's what they are. They're dusty weirdos. And, you know, the garbage man come take your trash away. They're damaged goods. They're damaged. They're seriously damaged goods. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? And they're even more damaged goods than what they was when they was with you. You got to understand that by being in a relationship with you, by them feeling that potent grade A supply, by them feeling that that intense euphoric rush that you used to give them, they're never going to equate, they're never going to find that again what you gave them. They're never going to find someone that provided for you in the same way that you did. They're never going to find someone that loved them wholeheartedly like you did. They're never going to find that supply. So let them be off of the garbage man, you know what I'm saying, and look at them as a piece of trash. That's the mindset you've got to look at them like. You've got to look at them like trash. That's what you got to look to them like. They overstep the mark. You know what I'm saying? Go back 100 years ago, less than 100 years ago, 80 years ago, 70 years ago. People used to meet up at a young age. You know, the wife would support the husband through his studies, or vice versa, and then they would grow old together, and they would grow old gracefully, and they'd have a loving, dynamic relationship. And then sadly, one of them would pass away, and that was like, you know what I'm saying? I know it's ancient times now, but it's only 70 years ago. People would stay together and would work things out. This day and age, they rush off with new supplies. It's very narcissistic this day and age of social media, all of that. They think they get to a point with you where they think they can do better than you. So let them go, because they will realize it will backfire. It backfires very suddenly, very soon. They realize they made a dreadful mistake, but they've often burnt bridges where they can't turn back. So make sure you're not leaving a bridge for them to walk back into. You're not leaving them an open door for them to walk back into. You know, they overstepped the mark. They exploited boundaries. We're not even taking into the equation all of the things that they done wrong to you. if you take into consideration all of the things that they've done wrong to you, you know what I'm saying? They deserve a clap on the head, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're not going to resort to violence, but I'm trying to say that they don't deserve you. So don't leave the door open. You need to make sure you door slam, bolt, and weld it shut, and make sure that narcissists can never get back into your life. And they realize that they've gone too far. They know when they've gone too far. They went too far. They stooped too low. They settled for some trash. They are the trash, and they settled for a low supply source. And then leave them to regret it for the rest of their days. They will regret it for the rest of their days. No doubt. That's what will happen. We deserve more. That's why the divine intervention from God took place, to show us what the bad is, so we recognize the good. So just don't be upset about the garbage man that come to take the trash away. They're a dusty weirdo, and you deserve better. So to the subscriber that reached out for this video, I hope this sheds some light on it, and I hope this brings a bit of clarity to your mind. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to this channel, you can find a link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find a link in the description box. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon.